Hey folks, Dave Sharp, Dave Wood, co-founders of Empower Network, and Lesson 6, Daily Audio, Core Commitment. This is just really important, and we're going to talk about why. First and foremost, let me talk about what I've done as an entrepreneur. You're going to talk about what you've done as an entrepreneur. We did this separately, and we were doing this before Empower Network. I was doing this before I met Dave. I was doing this before really I started to have a breakthrough. I did this for a long time, and this has been probably one of the most important things that I've done inside of my business to really learn the skill sets and, more importantly, learn how to sell. There's a lot of you who are watching this video who are like, well, I don't want to learn how to sell. And that's okay if you don't want to learn how to sell. But what you need to understand is no matter what you do in life, you're selling. Okay, if you're a teacher and you have kids in the classroom, and those of you who are teachers know I'm not, so I can't relate. I'm not going to even try to go there because I just respect you. I just think you're great. But you're selling the kids on maybe being quiet or, learning something. If you're a psychologist, you're selling someone on a new idea. If you're in any industry, any job, you're always selling. And I didn't know how to communicate when I first got started. I struggle with addiction. I struggle with alcoholism. I lived on the streets for 10 years, off and on. I went through lots of different challenges that put me in lots of different situations to where when I first came into kind of the world and woke back up 4 or 5 years ago, whenever you're watching this video, I couldn't really put two sentences together. So what I really needed to do was I needed to listen to people who were good at communicating and what that did for me, and it worked, and I didn't even know it was working. That was the beautiful part about it, and it will do the same thing for you, is listening to these guys like Tony Robbins, listening to these other guys who were putting out these different training courses, these audio training courses. I would download them, and a lot of times what I did was I would go and I would snatch them off the internet somehow, some way, and I would download them to a CD, to a computer, whatever I had to do, and I would listen to them when I was exercising. I like to work out. I like to stay active, and I would listen to them. I would be in my house listening to them, and what happened was, and I didn't even know it was happening, is I was listening to people communicate. I was listening to people talk. I was listening to how they sold. I was listening to how they said certain things, and I started to learn language patterns. I started to learn how to communicate, and today I'm one of the best communicators inside of this industry, inside of this niche. It's not because I'm any better than you. It's just because I did certain things that taught me, and I didn't even know that they were teaching me, which is the beautiful part. They taught me how to communicate. They taught me how to sell. And now you can put me in front of a room anywhere around the world. It doesn't matter whether it's park benches, Park Avenue, crack houses, White House. I don't care. And I can communicate to people, and I can sell the entire room. And the one reason why I can do that is I learned how to talk, how to communicate. I learned about language from listening to people who knew how to talk.
And this commitment, what do? You want to listen to audio every day. And again, this is a 7-day-a-week thing. This isn't, well, I feel like doing it, or I'm in the mood, so I'm going to listen to some audio to get pumped. If you need to get pumped, it's because you're not listening to enough audio. I don't need to get pumped. I'm kind of pumped when I wake up, and I'm pumped by the time when I go to sleep. And I wasn't always like that. Years ago, I used to have to struggle to motivate myself. And how did I learn that? I learned that because every single day for the last, probably 10 years, I've been listening to probably 30 to 60 minutes at least of audio training every single day from incredible communicators. And so what we've done here at Empower Network is we've made this a commitment. Again, this isn't a suggestion. This is, do you want to succeed or not? This is, are you serious or not? Are you sitting on the sidelines, or are you all in? You need to listen to audio daily. Now, how are you going to do that? You have to be a member of the Inner Circle. Now, I have a policy here at the Empower Network personally. I personally will not help anyone who's not in the Inner Circle with no personal communication whatsoever. I might answer a call, and then if I figure out that they're not in the Inner Circle, I won't take another call until they're on it. The reason is because this is what we do. What we do as the leaders of Empower we get the best communicators in the world, the best communicators in Empower, the best salespeople in the world, the people that are producing the biggest results, people that are producing astronomical marketing results. And what we do is we pop on the phone. We have a very relaxed conversation where we learn about their story, we learn about what we're doing, we learn about what's in the marketplace right now. We learn what's the hot topics, where the traffic is, where people are placing their ads. We learn how people are getting leads through blogging. We learn secrets of how to increase capture page conversions. Just the other week, I was on a call with Dwayne Pyle, who came into Empower Network. The last month, he's made like $6,000. And I asked him on the phone, I was like, what do you do, Dwayne? And he went over some things on closing. I posted that in our Facebook group. I said, you guys have got to hear this interview, right? A bunch of people went into the Inner Circle. A bunch of people bought the Inner Circle who didn't have it, of course. A bunch of people earned commissions because somebody bought that product too. Because remember, Inner Circle pays you $100 residual monthly commissions when you make a product sale. $100 a month. So you need to get it, okay? And listen to it and know it's in it so you can sell it. Yep. And so Dwayne Pyle is talking about this in there, and I referenced that in the group, and people listen to it. They write in these comments, I just had a huge breakthrough that's going to help me make $100,000 this year. I just had a huge breakthrough that helped me recruit my first person. I picked up the phone, I did what Dwayne said, and I brought somebody into my business. I picked up the phone and somebody asked me a question. I knew how to overcome it because I listened to that interview. I posted another interview, a guy named Ted Sims, been in the industry for like 10 years. This is just the other week, and by the time you see it, it might be 2 years ago. But Ted Sims got on the phone, and I said, Ted, how do you close? And he says, I don't close. And I was like, what? Because he's making a lot of money. I was like, how do you not close? And he says, well, I have a different philosophy about it. But then he shared with me a secret that I don't have because different age group. I always respect my peers, my elders, right? And he taught me something, and I've applied it on the phone. And it's like you're not even closing, but it's like this hypnotic thing. And people just join like you have Jedi mind control. And a lot of people say, Dave, how do I learn the real secrets? The real secrets. This is how. I'm going to tell you. In your downtime, and what's downtime? It's when you're not doing anything, when you're doing something that takes no mental effort, when you're typing something up as an email to a friend and it requires no concentration, when you're driving. It's the whole thing is you're just going like, you're listening to music. Turn it off, make your car a drive time university. Get an iPod, download the Inner Circle interviews to an iPod, and every day you need to listen to the new interviews every single day as they come out. Re-listen 3 or 4 times to the ones you like the best, and you know what'll happen? A year from now, you'll be standing up in front of a group of 1,000 people somewhere, maybe at an Empower Network event, telling your story. And all of a sudden, halfway through, you'll notice you just told a story that you learned without even thinking about it 10 months ago because you listened to this strange video with Dave Wood where he told you to listen to audio every day, and you just made $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 in an hour telling a story that you accidentally learned because you decided that you're going to follow the core commitments. So what's the core commitment? Every day, listen to audio. Every day, be in the Inner Circle. Every day, get involved in downtime education. Remember, we're not talking about sitting in front of your computer for an hour watching a video. You can do that for the next 90 days and go through all of our products. After that, we don't want you to do that. Why? Because, folks, if you sit there all day and you're like this, you can't do anything. But see, if you listen every single day for the rest of your life, just daily, just if you can't do it for the rest of your life, just do it daily and don't stop, right? And start today. You say, Dave, I'm not a member of the Inner Circle. Are you all in or are you not? Are you serious or are you not? Are you sitting on the sidelines or do you want to be on the inside? You know what happens in the Inner Circle? It's like this amazing breakthrough environment where marketing strategies are shared. There's like this camaraderie in there. There's like people sharing insights that took them 10 years to get, 10 years of pain and struggle to get an insight, and then they share it in a sentence, and you can get it just for $100 a month. You say, $100 a month? That's expensive, folks.
Cheap.
I had somebody the other day, I did an interview with a guy who owns Escape Artist, which is one of the largest content things. He'd been on the internet for 15 years. They do $1 million a year in revenue. And he shared something about targeting your audience in that call. And I was sitting there like a student, like I was taking notes as I was talking to this guy. I was like humbled, you know. And I put that interview up, posted in the Facebook group, and I had just like pages of comments. People were saying like, oh my God, I can't believe this. I just had a life-changing, mind-altering, mind-bending breakthrough. All because they decided that they ain't no wussy. They're all in. They're all in. What does that mean? It means you make a decision right now that you're going to listen to audio every day and just don't stop. You say, Dave, I can't do it every day for the rest of my life. Well, then just don't stop for the next little while. And we'll help you succeed. So do it now. If you're not in the Inner Circle, upgrade right now. You need the product. Upgrade it now. Buy it right now. Make a decision to get in with us. And start downloading audio and listen to it today in your car. Replace it with that trashy radio anyway, and you'll be amazed at what it'll do for you. See you in the next video.